I apologize, I accidentally turned my camera off, so now you get two videos. But we'll start here where we left off at your water. So this is where all your water hookups are going to be. You do have this blue slinky hose here. It's a quick connect on the end, and it's going to hook right into here. So you do have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water up there. Of course, the light here. These are all inputs for cable and satellite right here. And then below that, you have an outlet and another input for cable or satellite. This is for your water heater. This is the bypass. So right now, it is in normal mode. That is bypass mode. So if you want to bypass your water heater, have this straight up and down. If you're going to use your water heater, have it like that. This is where all your hookups are going to be and how you're going to fill your freshwater tank. So if you're going to be full hookup camping, you're going to use the city water or city fixtures. Hook your hose up right here, and then you'll have water pressure through that hose going throughout your camper. If you're going to do rustic camping, I'm not going to turn that, it's kind of frozen, but there's an arrow right here. You just turn that knob, I don't want to break anything, to tank fill right here. So you're going to turn it to tank fill, hook a hose up to there, it's going to fill your freshwater tank. Once your tank's full, remove that hose, and then move this up and down to dry camping. So it's pointing at the dry camping. And then you'll turn your water pump on, and you will be using your freshwater tank with your water pump creating the pressure. You're going to winterize or sanitize. You're going to put this arrow down, so turn it down, and you're going to use the same spot. Hook up a hose. The other end of that hose goes into your antifreeze or your sanitizing solution. You're going to turn the water pump on, and it's going to go throughout your camper and winterize your camper. Below that, this is a black tank flush, which I'll go over in just a minute. And there are instructions on all of that right here. So if you have any questions later on, it shows you exactly what you're supposed to do. You can have all your hoses through here. And then down below, you have a handle for gray tank. You have a handle right here. If you can see it right there, that's for your black. And another handle down there, hanging by that red and blue line, that is another gray tank. But that's where you're going to hook everything up right there. That's your sewage outlet, wastewater outlet. So hook your wastewater hose up there. Pull that black handle first right here. Let that empty out. Once that's empty, that is your toilet. Once that's empty, then you can pull the two grays. The gray dirty sinking shower water is going to help wash the black out of your hose. Once all three tanks are empty, close those grays, leave the black open, and then hook a hose up to your black tank flush. Let that run for a few minutes. It's like an upside down sprinkler system. It's going to clean your black tank out. Once you're happy that's clean, take your hose off, close your black handle, put your cap back on, you're good to go with your wastewater. So that black tank flush, it's a nice feature, helps clean your black tank. Your water heater. So your water heater is gas or electric. You have an anode rod in here. So the anode rod is about 8 inches long. It just slides in there and you tighten it up. You have a metal tank. So instead of your tank corroding, that anode rod will corrode over time. So after 2 or 3 years, you'll have to replace it. So it's doing its job. If it gets all chewed up, eaten away, it's supposed to do that. Once you're ready to use this, you'll unbypass your water heater. First, you want to get all the antifreeze out of it. So you hook up your city fixture, turn the water on, go through everywhere in the camper that runs water. Get all that antifreeze out. Once all that antifreeze is out, make sure your anode rod is in there. Turn that bypass to normal like it is right now, and it will start filling your water heater. Once your water heater's full, you can turn it on, but make sure it's full first. You can do that by pulling on this relief valve. If water comes out, you know it's full. Or you can turn the hot side on any sink. As long as you get a solid stream of water, you know that it's full. Once it's full, turn the switch on right here. You need that switch on and a switch inside for your electric for the electric to work. So you have 2 switches to get the electric to work, 1 switch inside to get the propane to work for the gas. This is electronic ignite, so just make sure it's full and flip the switch. If you need to drain it, take the anode rod out and it will drain right from there. Next to that, you have your furnace vent. It does get very hot. Try not to block it. Try not to put anything in front of it that could melt. And then We'll go to the other side here. You have low point drains by your gray handle. That's where that red and blue line are. There's that other second gray handle. But those are low point drains. Those are the lowest point in your water system. So if you want to drain the water out of your lines, just open those up and it will drain them out. Back here. So right behind your leveler right there, you'll see that hose hanging down. That's to empty your freshwater tank. So if you use that freshwater tank, open that valve, you can empty it out. You also have your spare tire down here. Hopefully you never have to use it. And this is where you'll hook up your 50 amp power cord. There will be a light lit up to tell you that you do have power going to your camper. I do recommend to use a 50 amp surge guard when you're plugged in at the park. It's going to help protect your camper. And you also have this vent up here. That's for your stove vent. So if you use the fan above your stove, it can exhaust out that way, but you do need to open the flap up. So there's two tabs there. You just kind of pop it open and it can vent outside. You have your hitch on here, spot for your license plate. You are pre-wired for an observation or backup camera, so that's where it'd go if you got one. And then you do have a ladder on here so you can get up there and do your maintenance. And we have not prepped this yet, so if there's something missing or just doesn't look right, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it before you pick up or before we deliver it. Propane right there. So if you have a grill that has a quick connect, you can connect it right there. That goes right to your tanks up front. Solid steps. So something that's very important with these solid steps, you want to make sure your door is all the way open before you bring them up or down. If it's not, this right here will catch on your screen door and damage your door. So be very careful of that. So you just lift up into the door frame, just like that, so they latch into place. If you need to adjust the legs, you have this pin right here and just move the legs up or down. Those little buttons there. Pull that blue handle to bring them back down. And before, or if you adjust the legs or the first time you bring the stairs out, close your door very slow, making sure you have a gap right here. Otherwise, if these stairs are too high, you're going to hit your door and damage your door as well. You do have electric awning with some lights. Storage here. Couple outlets. The other side of your pass-through. And you can have a TV out here if you want. So those are outputs, or that's an output. And then your second 30-pound propane tank. Outdoor speakers. All right. And you are solar ready. If you have a portable solar panel, plug it in here and it will trickle charge your battery. All right, looks like that's everything on the outside. So we're going to head inside next. All right, just inside the door by your stairs is this LCI screen. Turn that on. Let me get it focused here. This is where you're going to go for your level. So if you have a code on your leveling outside, that blinking red light, come in here, turn this on, and it will actually pop up and tell you exactly what's wrong and how to fix it. So just follow the instructions on the screen and that will clear your code out. Typically, if you get a blinking red light, it means you overextended the jacks, so you're not on a very level spot and it overextended, so you just have to put some blocks under there so it can level out right. You can also auto level from here. See if I can get that in there where you can see it. All right, there we go. So you can come in here and auto level if you want, auto hitch height. You can move the front. So if I push this plus button, it'll highlight it. And then I can push the front, move the front up or down. I can also do that with all the rear jacks. So it says rear right there. That's going to move all of your rear jacks together. And then this says left and that says right. So you can separate the rear jacks left or right side. You really probably wouldn't need to do that unless you decide not to use the auto level feature and level it yourself. But you do have to go down here to the manual mode. Hit enter. There we go. And now I can do the rears. It won't let you do them unless you're in manual mode for the rear jacks. Only the front jacks you can do without being in manual. So that's what this is for. It's to basically, I would just use it for clearing out any code, any red blinking light. And that's the only thing on that screen right there. Because inside this door right here is all your switches. So you have your slide out right here. This is for the bedroom. So just hold the button down until your slide is all the way in or all the way out, and it will just stop. This is for all the other slides. They're all on one button. They're hydraulic. So you have 3 slides on this one. So just hold that down, and it's in and out. So if you want to take them out, hold it down until all the slides are out. One slide will start moving, it'll go out, and then it'll be followed by another slide, and then by the last slide. So this is for your awning. So same thing, in and out. So once you take your awning out, just hold the button down. When the valance falls at the end, let go of the button. It does not stop automatically when it gets all the way out. So hold that button down. Once the valance falls, let go of it. Otherwise, it's going to keep winding. It's going to come back towards the camper with your awning upside down. So you can stretch your awning out or rip it. If you bring your awning in, it will stop when it reaches the camper, and there's nothing else you'll have to do with it. Just turn your awning light on. Entry light right above me. Ceiling lights. Kitchen light. Lounge. So these are all for in that room in there. And then you have a floodlight, which is outside. And then up here you have for your water pump. So if you use that freshwater tank, just turn that water pump on. Or if you're winterizing, you use the water pump too. 120 volt, that's for the electric of your water heater. So you have to have that switch on outside and this switch on for the water heater to work off electric. This 12 volts to turn the propane part on. If this lights up, that means there's a fault. It's not finding the gas. It's not lighting up. So you have to troubleshoot it. Usually it just means either there's air in the lines or the propane tank's turned off or empty. This is to turn on that inverter. So you can run your fridge off 12 volt. And then over here you can check your tank levels and your battery level. So as your battery charges or your tanks fill, these lights will light up. And that is all of your controls here. Did the LCI screen. You do have a ladder here. Just lift it up and pull it out. So you can get up there in the loft. Nice loft area. You do have a light switch right here. And then right by your bathroom door is your thermostat. So you're just going to push mode. There's your fan. There's your air. There's your heat. Change your temperature. Change your fan speeds. And there's off again. Our light switch for the hallway light. And then in your bathroom, for travel, you're going to want to move the tri-glass here all the way over, and then this little lever is going to snap into place. So make sure you hear it click. That way you know these are nice and secure. You have a porcelain toilet with a foot pedal flush. Halfway down brings water in, all the way down will flush. You do have a vent with a fan, so just raise the vent up. Turn your fan on. And your light switch is right inside the door here. You do have a GFCI plug there. And access to your water lines right behind there. That way you can make sure you don't have any leaks going on. Bedroom, your bedroom door slides, and you will want to have it latched for travel. You have another thermostat in here. This is going to only run the air conditioner in the bedroom. It does not run your furnace. The one in the hallway runs your furnace. This will only run the air conditioner, so just push mode. There's your fan, there's your air, and it says furnace, but it will not run your furnace. And there's off again. Wi-Fi Ranger right there. So if you have internet in the park and maybe it's a weak signal, turn that on. It's supposed to amplify that signal so you can get better Wi-Fi. You have a light switch here. Light switch by the bed for those lights. USB charging ports. And then you have storage underneath. And a couple chairs under there, folding chairs. Quite a bit of storage under there. Of course, your closet. and your washer dryer prep right there. Push button lights in there, push in the center, it will turn the lights on. TV is hooked up in here already. Good storage. And your air conditioners, you can open it up here, it'll dump the air down and cool it off quicker in this room, or out there you can do the same thing to cool it off out there. Otherwise, close that up and you'll have more pressure through your vents. Any vents in the ceiling are for your air conditioner. Any vents you see along the floor are for your furnace. There are filters in your air conditioners. You can take out, clean, and reuse if you need to. Go back down this way. So you do have your chairs out here. These ones are not folding chairs, but you do have those other folding chairs. These lift up. There is storage underneath the seats. You do have extra table here. You do want to make sure that is down before you bring your slides in, because this will hit your island and crush one or the other. Lights. You have push button right up there, but you can either push them, turn them on or off individually, or you have your switches here. So light switch for those, and then a light switch for each one of those. Your recliners. So right here, you have these pull handles. So pull on those and it brings the legs out. Storage. Couch. This is a tri-pole sofa. It goes into a bed. So just remove the cushions. They're Velcroed on. And then you're going to lift up in the front. Right down here. Lift up. Pull towards you. And then put these down here. You got legs on both sides. So it's going to look like that. And now I'm just going to take this back and pull it forward. Just like that. So you have extra bed here. You do have some storage underneath it. But nice and easy to bring up and down. So you have extra guests. They have a spot to sleep. If you don't want them to stay, then don't tell them that's a bed. But that Velcro is very strong. Holds these cushions on quite well. Alright. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. You do have USB charging ports and plugs on both sides of the couch. Another light switch here. And then your TV. Your TV, you can run your radio through your TV. There are instructions in the manual. There's a manual in here somewhere in one of the drawers. It tells you how to run it. But basically you turn it on. You have this button here where you can go through your HDMI, antenna, and it will have an option of radio. Select radio, and you can go through different stations on the radio. If you push this button right here, this will switch between zone A and B. Zone A is your TV speakers. Zone B will be your outdoor speakers. So you can turn those outdoor speakers on and listen to the radio. You do have to have it strapped into place for travel. It does move away from the wall. And then you have your fireplace. It's a nice space heater, power button. You can change the lights, you can change the brightness, and then you can change your temperature. And it will be displayed up here in the corner what your temperature is. So you just keep pushing it to change the temperature on there. Stove. Extra counter space with this down, otherwise flip this up. You have an igniter here. So it has arrows on it. Turn this to the right only. So what you're going to do is put it on light and then turn it until it lights up. You can do that with your oven as well. Put it on pilot, hold this button in, turn that igniter until your pilot light lights up. Don't forget to put this down before you travel. It will break. And this is a phone charger, so just set your phone on it and it will charge. You do have your microwave here. Good storage throughout. Your refrigerator, which can run off of your battery if you turn the inverter on. You can set your temperatures just by touching the screen here on the front. Nice fridge and freezer. Your sink, you have your keys right here on your sink. That's where they'll be when you get it. A lot of storage in here. And I believe that is everything. Oh, carbon monoxide LP detector. So that right there, that's what that is. As long as that green light's on, you're good to go. You have more plugs on the island itself. Your air conditioner, same as the one in the bedroom. So it looks like that's everything in here. If you have any questions after you get this video, go ahead and call our service department or your salesman. I'll be happy to answer your questions for you. I want to thank you for purchasing at TerryTown. We do appreciate your business, and congratulations.